Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about soils of India. We are going to discuss the various types of the soils, where the soils, that means in which region the soils are available in India, what are the different types of crops grown on the soils, and the color of the different soils. And we are also going to discuss about soil erosion, what are the causes and effects of the soil erosion, and about soil conservation. What is the definition of a soil? It is a mixture of small rock particles and organic materials or humus which develop on earth's surface and support growth of the plants. So what is humus? Humus is the dark organic material in soils. It is produced by decomposition of vegetable or animal matter, and it is essential for the fertility of the earth. Our Indian agriculture depends upon the extent and qualities of the soil. We have different qualities of the soil. If the quality of the soil is good, then more crops can be grown on that particular soil. Soil is our prime natural and economic resource. Soil in India differ in composition and structure. Like different soils have different textures, different colors, and different crops can be grown based on the qualities of the soil. The nature of the soil in a place is largely influenced by factors such as climate, natural vegetation, and the age of the rocks. In the ancient times, classification of soil is given as Urvara and Usara. Soil can be classified into two types, that is Urvara and Usara. Urvara means fertile soil, and Usara is sterile, that means opposite of fertile, which is not fertile, infertile soil. Usara is infertile. In the modern times, according to ICAR, that means Indian Council of Agricultural Research, the soils can be classified into alluvial soil, black soil or rigor soil, red soil, laterite soil, forest soil, arid or desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peaty or marshy soil. And this is the map which shows the major different soil types in India and where these soils are available in India. So for our convenience, I have mentioned all the types of soils in a tabular form. I have marked each row with a color in which that type of soil actually exists in. That means alluvial soil exists in gray color, so mention marked with gray color, and black soil is in black, so marked in black, and so on. So in this table, the first column represents the type of soil, and the second column represents the areas in which these soils are located or exist in, and third column represents the various compounds these soils are rich in, and fourth column represents the various compounds these soils are poor or deficient in, and fifth column represents the color of the soil, and the sixth column represents the various crops that are cultivated on this soil. So we are going to deal about the alluvial soil now. It is a fine grained fertile soil deposited by water flowing over floodplains or in river beds. These alluvial soils are formed by deposition of sediments by rivers. These are abundantly available in India. It is around 43% is available. Alluvial soil is available, 43%. And these are highly fertile soils. The new alluvium is called Khadar and the old alluvium is called Bangar. The alluvial soils are found in areas of northern plains, that is Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra rivers, the peninsular India, that is Narmada, Tapti, Krishna and Godavari rivers. Alluvial soils are rich in potash, lime, carbon compounds, and alluvial soils are poor in phosphorus, nitrogen and humus. Alluvial soil exists in grey, light brown and yellowish colors. The main crops that are cultivated on alluvial soils are wheat, rice, maize, sugarcane, oilseeds and pulses. The next one is black soil. It is also called as rigor soil. These soils are made up of volcanic rocks and lava flows. It is the best soil for cotton growing. So it is also called as black cotton soil. Black soil does not require much of irrigation. And this black soil is found in areas of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. Black soil is rich in iron, lime, calcium, potash, aluminum and magnesium. It is poor in nitrogen, phosphorus and organic matter. As the name suggests, the black soil exists in deep black color to light black color. And the main crops that are cultivated on black soil are cotton, citrus fruits, sugarcane, banana and vegetables. The next soil is red soil. It is a group of soil that develops in warm temperature, moist climate under deciduous or mixed forests. It is formed due to decomposition of rocks like granite and gneisses. These are available in the areas of India like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh and Orissa. Red soils are rich in iron and magnesium. It is poor in nitrogen, phosphorus, humus and organic matter. Red soils are available in red, yellow and brown color. The main crops that are cultivated for red soils are rice, ragi, tobacco, groundnuts and potatoes. These red soils are porous and spongy in texture. The next soil is laterite soil. It is derived from Latin word called later, which means brick. These are found in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. That means these are found in Eastern Ghats, Rajmahal Hills, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala. Laterite soils are rich in iron and aluminum. These are poor in nitrogen, urea, phosphorus, humus and potash. Laterite soils exist in red, brown to yellowish in color. The main crops that are cultivated on laterite soils are tea, coffee, rubber, coconut and cashew. The next soil is forest soil. Forests and hilly areas are covered by forest soils. These are found in Himalayas and Peninsula region. Forest soils are rich in humus and organic matter. It is poor in phosphorus, potash and lime. The main crops that are cultivated on forest soils are tea, coffee, timber and tropical fruits. This forest soils needs continued use of fertilizers for good yield. Next, arid or desert soil. These are found in northwestern parts of the country. That is, these are found in Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab and Gujarat. These are rich in phosphate. These are poor in desert soils are poor in nitrogen, organic matter. Desert soils are from red to brown in color. The main crops that are cultivated on desert soils are millets and barley. These desert soils are generally sandy in texture. Next, saline and alkaline soils. These soils develop in areas having low rainfall, high temperature and high evaporation. These soils are found in Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh. Saline and alkaline soils, these are also called as reh or kallar or usar. Usar means infertile. These are rich in magnesium and sodium. Saline and alkaline soils are poor in nitrogen and this is unsuitable for agriculture. So application of lime and gypsum combined can make these soils fit for cultivation of variety of crops. The last soil is peaty or marshy soil. It is found in areas of high rainfall and high humidity. Peaty soils are found in Kottayam and Alleppey districts of Kerala West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. Peaty soils are rich in organic matter. It is poor in phosphorus, potash. Peaty soils are also in black color. Paddy is the main crop that is cultivated on peaty soils. Soil erosion. Soil erosion is caused by movement of soil components from one place to another through actions of wind and water. In my view, human also responsible for this soil erosion. Human plays a major role in soil erosion through their use and abusing of natural resources. For example, deforestation, overgrazing, using faulty farming systems, construction of houses, mining, etc. All this leads to soil erosion. Types of soil erosion: wind erosion, water erosion, gravity erosion. Because of water, wind, and gravity, soil erosion occurs. So, what is wind erosion? Wind erosion is removal of soil by the force of kinetic energy of the wind. It occurs mostly in flat areas, dry sandy soils, or anywhere the soil is loose, dry, and finely granulated. Water erosion. Water erosion is caused by kinetic energy of rain falling on the soil surface. Next, gravity erosion. Gravity erosion is a mass movement of soil occurs on steep slopes under the influence of the gravity. Now, we'll see what are the causes for this soil erosion. First one is deforestation. Deforestation, as we all know, it means the cutting of trees, that is removal of forest cover which functions as a protection for the top layer of soil, results in soil erosion. Next, overgrazing. Overgrazing is the cattle or goats not only pull off the leaves and branches while grazing, but they also uproot the grass. So this also leads to soil erosion. Intensity and amount of rainfall. More the intensity of rainfall, then there is a chance of more will be the soil explosion, soil erosion. And distribution and of rainfall and landscape. If ground surface is such that if we do not distribute the rainfall evenly, then there is a chance of again soil erosion. Like if you do not distribute the rainfall where there is no rainfall or less rainfall, then this leads to soil erosion. What are the effects of soil erosion? Poor soil quality. What is this poor soil quality? When the topsoil is eroded from an area, that area loses its most nutrient rich layer, and therefore soil quality is reduced, and it leads to desertification. Soil erosion leads to desertification. What it refers to increase of more of desert areas. Silting of streams and reservoirs. What does the silt means? Silt means become filled or blocked with sand or clay. Soil erosion in catchment areas of streams due to deforestation and other destructive activities leads to silting of streams and reservoirs. This reduces the capacity of these water bodies to carry large volumes of water as they occur during rainy season. Next is prevention of soil erosion. That means how to conserve the soil. What are the steps to prevent the soil erosion? First one is afforestation. As we all know what is meant by afforestation, that is planting of more of trees, not cutting the forest areas. So by this way we can prevent the soil erosion. Crop rotation. What is crop rotation? Crop rotation is practice of growing different crops at different times on the same land, and this keeps topsoil covered with vegetation. Controlled grazing. Covering the land with small plants and grasses helps the topsoil to remain in place as the roots of the plants bind with soil particles. Thus, grazing should be allowed only on the land meant for the purpose, and other areas should be protected from grazing. Using organic manures. Organic manures like cow dung, green manure, farmyard manure, etc. improve the structure of the soil. Terrace farming. On steeper slopes, terraces or flat platforms are constructed in steps in a series along the slope. This way, water is retained on each terrace, which can be used to raise crops. So, these are the preventions to eradicate soil erosion. Hope you liked this video. Please share your comments below and please subscribe to our channel, and we are going to come up with more and more topics. Thank you.